John Barnett rang me up and said that they had a movie in development and the director of the movie wanted to talk to me about it. So I was very excited to hear this, and John put me in touch with Dana, the writer and director, and I went and had an initial meeting with her. And at the initial meeting, she told me the name of the film, The Medicine Woman, that it was based on a Witi Ahumada short story, and we talked a little bit about it, but nothing in any real detail. And at that point, she gave me the working draft to go away and read. And I read it, and it's a pretty intense story, and it's a pretty intense role, and to be honest, I really wasn't sure if I was up to doing it for many reasons. So after that, I went back and had a second meeting with Dana, and where she said, which was a huge sort of honour to hear, that she'd actually written the part of Rebecca with me in mind. She'd seen some previous work that I'd done. So that was, I felt hugely honoured to hear that, but there were lots of aspects to the film that I wasn't comfortable with, the nudity for one, and also just the sheer kind of weight of the requirements, of the acting requirements to play Rebecca. I just wasn't sure if I was up for it. So Dana gave me 3 months to decide if I wanted to accept the role or not. And in all honesty, probably for the first 2.5 months, I was going to say no, mainly for the nudity aspect. That wasn't something I've ever wanted to do, and I just didn't know if I was ready to kind of take that leap. And then it was really only in the last couple of weeks when the part was almost slipping away a little bit, because if I had said no, then they actually had to start auditioning other people for it. And I guess it was slightly that you don't know what you got till it's gone thing, because then when I realised that I might not actually be able to play this part, someone else might have to do it if I say no, even though it was sort of in my control, that was when I realised that I was ready to take on the challenge. And I guess more specifically than that the requirements for this movie were so kind of, they had a lot of integrity around it. So by taking the leap, by accepting the part, it was actually just a challenge that I had to step up to. Rebecca Vickers is a wealthy white woman. She's very well travelled. Her husband is the owner of several factories. He's a pretty successful businessman, and she's had a pretty high-flying sort of life. She's lived all over the world as a result of being his wife, and now she's back in rural New Zealand because we assume her husband has opened up some sort of factory there, and she's pretty disdainful of anyone else that's not in her class. She definitely stands on ceremony. She enjoys being at the top of the pecking order. She likes being, she likes the hierarchy and her place in it. She definitely has a taste for the finer things in life because that's the way she's been brought up. She's quite self-centered, again, because she can be, because she's been told she should be. She's very important in her own life, and she likes other people to do her bidding.
If you have stolen anything, it would be wise to put it back where it belongs before you leave.
When we first meet Rebecca in the film, there is so much at stake for her. She is pregnant, and her husband does not know that she's pregnant. He's away on business, but is returning very soon. And for reasons that we're not told at the beginning of the story, he cannot know that she is pregnant. And if he does find out, her life, as she knows it, will be absolutely destroyed. So she wants an abortion because that's the only way that she can preserve the life that she has created for herself. So she's in pretty dire straits. She's got herself into a very, very difficult, challenging position and is prepared to go to any lengths to right it. I think Rebecca is an extremely tragic character because she's not in control of her life at all. It seems from the outside that she is, because superficially she's got everything that anyone wants. She has material wealth, and to a certain extent she does really enjoy that life because it's the one that she's accustomed to enjoying, and she is constantly told by certain people that that is what one should strive for. Material wealth and status is the illustration, is the epitome of a successful life. The film is about identity and motherhood. It's about what it is to be a mother, the different kinds of motherhood out there, the extents to which one will go for your child, how becoming a mother changes you, the very process of becoming a mother, of giving birth, how that seems to alter something at the very core of who we are, which then again instantly connects to the idea of identity. What is it that makes us who we are? Is it nature? Is it nurture? Can we ever escape from who we are fundamentally through the way in which we are brought up, through the experiences that we have, or are we ultimately exactly who we are on the day that we were born? These three characters are being pushed to the edges of themselves and within those two concepts of identity and motherhood, and seeing how it all ends it's pretty confronting, but I think it poses some very, very important questions.